How are you?
I'm good. I'm here.
You never doubted it.
I'm glad you did. Are we waiting on anybody else or just we got a quorum, right?
We're ready whenever.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, I call the meeting to order. And I would like to open the floor to public comments. If anyone would like to speak on any item on the agenda other than what we're here for the public hearing, please come up to the podium and give us your name and what you'd like to talk about. No public comment? Okay. Then we'll move on to the public hearing. Gio, would you mind reading that out for us, please?
Sure. Public hearing to obtain citizen views and comments regarding a conditional use permit application allowing applicants Stephen and Elizabeth Wood to establish a mixed-use occupancy residential and commercial business with a detached commercial kitchen on premise. The property is located at 209 North 13th Street. Record property owners are Stephen and Elizabeth Wood.
Okay, thank you very much. So would anyone like to speak on this?
Thank you guys for taking the time. I'm Stephen Wood. This is my wife, Elizabeth. Basically, what we're asking y'all's permission for is we have bought a Dirkston building and are going to put a commercial kitchen in there. We're looking at doing off-site sales. So everything that would be done at the house would just be production, cooking, all of that. We're going to be doing meal prep, starting off with the gym up on by the Clara Departments and retailing through there, and eventually growing in, hopefully once Porter's gets up and going and their new location, be doing family style meal prep for the town and individual style meal prep for them. We've talked about Blue Water at this point, but it kind of just depends on everything with Porter's and the volume that they're going to be looking at. As of disruption to the neighborhood or any of that stuff, basically we'd be having one truck a day come through, which would be a Vinnie Keith truck. Where the kitchen is set up, it is right on the main street. So obviously that lot or that whole block has no alleys, so we wouldn't be blocking alleys. They'd be coming in once in the morning, probably being there for 10 to 15 minutes while they unload and then be getting out of there. We won't be having anybody coming on site. We're not building any separate parking or any of that stuff. Eventually, as soon as we can get our well fixed, we will be doing a production vegetable garden as well there to offset some of our costs, and then also to sell back to the locals at the farmers markets as well, and just provide them with local grown produce. With all of y'all's blessing, we're hoping to try to get up and going by November 1st is what we're looking at as our date. So other than that, I don't have anything else. Thank you guys for your consideration and your time. We appreciate it.
Thank you very much. Have there been any objections from anyone living around there?
No, and we notified property owners within 200 feet, and there was a publication in the paper, and we have not received it.
Okay, thank you. Have you any thoughts on it? Have you inspected it?
As far as the zoning goes, they're adjacent to a C2, so they're really close to being commercial anyways. So that's one thing to consider, is that they're right there next to a commercial district. They could easily rezone it to C2 if they wanted to, because it wouldn't be a zoning issue. So for that, it's definitely in that favor. And they're only about, I'd say, half a mile from the one we just did with Rue, which has a similar concept. They're actually doing the same kind of concept. They have a kitchen on a commercial residential. So that recently went through a few months ago. So it's literally just right down the block from where they're doing there. So.
Okay, so you said it's close to a C2, right?
It literally borders a C2, so they could rezone to C2 if they wanted to, if they wanted to go that route. So I don't see any issues with them having a commercial shared residential in that location.
How is it zoned now? R1? Okay. Do you see it having to be rezoned in the future?
Not with a special use permit. This would be the easiest way for them to do that. If you rezone it, it's a longer process as far as getting our maps updated and all of that. A special use conditional use would be the fastest and best way to do it.
Okay, and would this cause any problems for seeing our,
It's all commercial right there. You have the library and the post office. I mean, it's right here. It's literally, you could probably throw a rock and hit it.
right,
So they really don't.
Yeah.
And there's not a lot of houses around them for traffic issues. So
and there's plenty of parking, right?
there's plenty of space for parking, but they're not gonna need it for the, what they're doing.
Okay, any other thoughts you would like us to know about?
I think that I don't have anything negative to say.
Okay. Thank you very much. I'll open up to any questions anyone might have, any
Oh,
commissioners?
no. You did well answered.
Fine.
No.
Okay. Thank you again. I appreciate it. Okay, at this point, we would like to approve the minutes from our last meeting on June 27th. I'd ask the commissioners to please go over those minutes and let me know if there's anything you'd like me to change on them. If they look good to y'all, could I get a motion, please, to accept the minutes as is?
I'll make a motion that we accept the minutes as is.
Okay, I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and second. All those in favor of approving the minutes from our June 27th meeting, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Ayes have it. Let's move on to discussion items. Okay, Gio, would you mind reading discussion item A, please?
Sure. Discussion item A is discussion between commissioners and city staff regarding procedural items, questions, and or recent planning and zoning related items.
Thank you very much.
And I'd like to introduce you all to our new building official, Andrew Devaney.
Mhm.
And if you have any questions for us,
Okay. Well, since you requested it, I'd like to, if you have anything you'd like to ask.
No, not at the moment. Let me think. Questions for Andrew?
Or anything? This is your time if there's anything you'd like to talk about.
Okay, for now.
Okay. Anyone? No? Okay, so then let's go on to B then.
item B is discussion regarding making a proposed recommendation to city council to change the coin operated machine ordinance.
Okay, thank you. And I understand, Chief, you're here, you'd like to talk about it?
Sure.
Darrell Soy, Chief of Police for Alpine Police Department. Since I met with y'all last, and we've done some updates to the ordinance, we haven't seen any problems. Our officers are keeping constant walkthroughs of the ones that are being operated or that are in working operation, and we're not having any problems. The cases that were filed against two of the business by DPS, those were dismissed by the county attorney. And the case that I filed against the one that was over here on Holland, that one was prosecuted and taken care of. Again, we haven't had any problems since the update, and our officers are doing walkthroughs. So everything seems to be working appropriately.
Okay. So this is the point, if you'd like to ask him about anything regarding the,
There's only two right now, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And they're behaving.
Yeah. Yes, ma'am. Unfortunately, we can't ban some of the people that are there, but I should say we're taking a proactive approach on it. When we do see some of the people that we have problems with, and just making a presence and keeping them on their toes.
Well, somebody telling you directly, how would you know if there's gambling? Like if they're not supposed to give you money for your tickets or coins or whatever, right?
Right. So of course, when it's like when you see our police car out in the street, you're gonna slow down, right? And so same thing, if we walk into a business, they're gonna be minding their P's and Q's. But we do get information every now and then that it's happening. And we just try to keep a presence and try to keep it from happening.
I mean, obviously the people that are walking away with cash aren't gonna be the ones reporting.
Correct. Though we have had reports of them before where they didn't receive their entire winnings and then they make a report to us.
Oh.
But
Lucy?
I haven't seen anything, like you said, it seems like it's calmed down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When are those other two supposed to open up? Is it
I
new?
don't think we have any pending applications to it.
we have
We have two that
more.
are in the middle of getting open. They're in the process of setting up. They haven't had their inspection yet.
So we have two currently operating and two
To
that have
setting up.
already been approved.
There's 4 total right now.
One of the things that works out well too is that Jessica, they have to run their backgrounds through me, so they get a little personal visit with me one-on-one.
Mhm.
And so that also helps. So,
Okay,
And, based on last time's conversation, I did include the report that y'all had asked for in the packet.
yeah, I'm going through those.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. Thank you. Could I make a request? Could you provide the chief with those ordinances that we had at the last meeting
Yes.
that we received from the city of Odessa? If you wouldn't mind.
certainly.
Since we were discussing ordinances that we felt more comfortable with, I reached out to several cities and I did get the ordinances from Odessa regarding this. And,
Odessa has a good ordinance. I met with the mayor
mhm,
and at the TML meeting, and I like their ideas.
Okay,
Yeah.
so yeah, if you can please read them
Certainly.
and give us your opinion on it.
Okay.
One of our commissioners had a question regarding distance between one of these businesses and a school.
Mhm.
Is it so many feet from door to door? Or is it from
Yeah.
property line to property line, something like that? And she felt the way the ordinance was worded, that there was a potential where these businesses
Sure.
could be too close to a school or, and so maybe you could give us your opinion on that.
You betcha. Once I look at it, I'll take a look at it.
Okay,
Be more than happy to give you a response.
great. Thank you. I appreciate
You're
that. Anything else? Okay, thank you, chief.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate it. Okay, with that, let us move on to the action item. And Gio, could I ask you to once again read that out?
Yes, item 6A is to approve a recommendation to city council to approve a conditional use permit application allowing applicant Stephen and Elizabeth Wood to establish a mixed-use occupancy residential and commercial business with a detached commercial kitchen on premise. The property is located at 209 North 13th Street. Record property owners are Stephen and Elizabeth Wood.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, since we already had our discussion on this, do any of the commissioners have anything that they'd like to say before I move for a vote on it? Okay, so then can I have a motion to approve this special permit?
I'll make a motion that we vote to approve this at this time.
Okay, I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Hi.
Aye.
All opposed, say nay. Ayes have it. Thank you very much. And good luck.
Thank you
Thank you,
guys.
It wasn't that hard.
And once you're all are up and running, I'll be the first one there.
I'm going with Ahmed, so well.
Okay, so let's move on then to board member comments. And I'd like to start on my left.
Nothing?
Okay. Lucy?
I just wanted to welcome the new building official.
Looking forward to it.
And thanks, Daryl, for all your hard work, and Jessica.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, I'm gonna ditto that. Thank you.
Okay,
Jessica has worked very hard.
Yeah, she's been a very great for this board we haven't had anything that's good in a long time. So she's been very good.
Not saying much. Well, again, thank you all for coming. And I appreciate you taking a little time out of your evenings to come here and help us. And with that, there's no objection. We'll be adjourned.
Short this week.